We back. It's TVC and more. Y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfella back on the video grind, back on the boxing grind. Y'all know what it is. And man, now Abel Sanchez, which I'll link this in the description, is talking about how he got into an argument with an inspector of Nevada State Athletic Commission about Canelo Alvarez illegally wrapping his hands and stacking his hands, basically, using the wrap, then gauze, then tape, and then keep stacking it on top of each other. I don't know. I don't know if it's frowned upon. Some people say it's legal. Some people say it's illegal. And he said that, him and the inspector got into it and he was told to shut up, or he gonna be kicked out the dressing room while they was wrapping their hands. And, Canelo's got a lot of leeway. I remember Bernard Hopkins talking about how they, was letting Kovalev break his gloves in by punching the wall, and how that was really, kind of taking the impact, having imprinting his fist in the glove even more. And they made Kovalev stop that. But to me, now they want to go into a deeper investigation according to some articles about what Canelo was taking. And that's them. Do your due diligence, but don't be out here pump faking like you guys not going to take the fight. Regardless, you guys going to take the fight. You know what I'm saying? They trying to act like, oh, yeah, we need a full investigation. There's some fishy stuff going in Vegas. His hands weren't wrapped the first time. But we never heard nothing of that after the fight until this came up. It's basically like they trying to use Canelo for leverage to get more money out of him, to get the contract in their favor and stuff of that nature. Or they kind of keep it like, like we might pull out the fight if, shit don't seem right. At the end of the day, them money hungry guys ain't going nowhere. Abel Sanchez want that 15 to 20% cut he getting. Triple G want that $10-15 million he getting. You know what I'm saying? They not going nowhere. They not fooling nobody, trying to act like, oh, we really concerned about, what Canelo was taking. We need deeper investigation and all this. They not fooling nobody. WBA, WC, Abel Sanchez, Gennady Golovkin, K2, Tom Loffer, them motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. There's too much money to be made. And the options, outside of Canelo Alvarez are slim to none. And you're going to have to fight your mandatory, or you're going to have to, pay Charlo after this if you want to go fight Billy Joe Saunders, or drop your belts and move up. At the end of the day, Triple G not going to find his payday nowhere else in boxing. Not if Andre Ward comes out of the retirement, or he moves up and fight Bivol, or he moves up to fight Ramirez, Benavidez, or he moves up to fight Kovalev. That money ain't coming nowhere else but with Canelo Alvarez, short of Floyd Mayweather coming out of retirement and fighting. You feel me? The money ain't going nowhere. I mean, he ain't gonna make that money nowhere else. Excuse me, a little bit tired, but he knows that, and they trying to act like, oh, yeah, we might pull out the fight. That's what they trying to do. At the end of the day, we would probably be doing, Canelo a favor by pulling out the fight. He don't give a shit. He go out there and fight Gary Spike O'Sullivan, David Lemieux, like he been wanting to anyway. But that's how they is, man. Team Triple G is some of the fakest SOBs in the game. And I ain't mince words right there. They preach something and then they turn around and be hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they is, man. I don't have no respect for them. I don't have no respect for this fight. Like I said, I ain't paying for the first fight. I ain't paying for no boxing. Period. Unless it's a super fight that I want to see, I'll stream it. I'm gonna keep it real. No other sport out there makes you pay for their premium event. And boxing should be no different, other than the UFC, and I ain't paying for that shit neither. I'm not paying for these two iffy motherfuckers to fight each other. I don't really give a shit no more. There's too much BS surrounding this fight, man. There's too much corruption going on. Didn't even do a full investigation for real. Because a full investigation take more than 24 to 48 hours. And they ain't even take that to clear Canelo Alvarez's name. Now you got Eric Morales, Francisco Vargas, coming on to support Canelo Alvarez. But at the end of the day, if this was an American fight, this was Deontay Wilder, or the Cuban guy Luis Ortiz, or this was any brother from Nebraska to California to Houston to New York City to Philly to D.C. to Maryland to Florida, wherever it may be, to Michigan, Ohio, any brother, they wouldn't have got this pass. They would have got stripped. It wouldn't have been no investigation. They did it to Lamont Peterson. So like I told you, boxing is a popularity, money-driven sport now more than ever. You feel me? If Canelo didn't have the complexion for the selection, he would have been, he wouldn't have no belts. This fight wouldn't have been sanctioned. It would have had to pay some money and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is some bullshit. you know. And, you know, Triple G acting like he gonna go elsewhere and take his business elsewhere. Hey, when Sanchez gone, then nobody really care. Nobody really care. Don't fight. You ain't doing me no favor by fighting, because I don't give a shit at this point. There's too much BS going on. There's too much buildup going on, and there's too much corruption going on and favoritism. If this was Deontay Wilder in this position, Earl Spence in this position, Charlos, Jerry Swift, Erislandy Laura in this position, they would have been stripped, and they be trying to hand that belt to the next European or the next Mexican walking down the street. You feel me? So ain't no love lost for neither one of these motherfuckers. If they just came up missing tomorrow and this fight didn't happen, when they got ran over by a bus or truck and this fight didn't happen, I wouldn't shed a tear, because it ain't shit but corruption in boxing, and both of these two, you know, are spearheading that. We gone.